This is legitimately the best baklava I've ever made in my life, and I need you to pay attention so you can make it too, okay? Chocolate baklava. I've never made it before. We're giving something new a try. I'm excited. I had this at a Turkish restaurant and I went nuts over it. So I'm gonna try to remake it my way. So we're gonna start with 1.5 cups of white sugar in a pan with 3/4 cup water. This is gonna be the syrup part of our baklava. We're gonna put this on the stove and we're gonna bring it up to a boil until all of our sugars dissolve. While that's going, we're gonna make our filling. I've got a 1/2 cup here of mixed chocolate chips. I just used what I had on hand, which was semi-sweet and milk chocolate. Dark chocolate would probably be best in this, but the only ones I have of those are sugar-free. And if I use sugar-free stuff for the holidays, my brother is never gonna let me live it down. And then we're gonna add 3 cups of chopped walnuts. We're gonna have 1.5 cups of white sugar. And then even though this is chocolate, we're still putting some cinnamon in it, okay? Do like a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix all that up. This is the filling. I also have 2 sticks of butter on my stove that I'm clarifying. And the way to do that is you just heat it up over really, really low heat, okay? And then we're gonna pour it out with the milk solids on the bottom. It's super easy. You could even do it in the microwave. I thought I had some ghee in the cupboard, but I do not. So we gotta make our own clarified butter, but it's okay. Our syrup came to a boil. Now this is just a basic, simple syrup right now, okay? But to it, we're gonna add, ooh, where'd my shit go, Linda? There it is. To this, we're gonna add about a teaspoon of either vanilla extract or I'm using vanilla bean paste. So add that. Also gonna add 1 shot of brewed espresso and then a 1/4 cup of black cocoa. You can add any cocoa that you like, okay? We love black cocoa. It's like, I don't know, it gives more Oreo vibes. Do you know what I'm saying? So mix that all together. Oh yeah. Black cocoa has rich nutrients. It's telling you. All right. So here I've just got, not anymore. Calm down, Linda. That kind of made my butthole pucker because I thought I was about to knock this over, but I didn't. Gordy, listen, I know you're my bestie, but I'm a train wreck. You should know this by now, okay? Accidents happen. I've got a deli prep container with ice in it, with another deli prep container on top. It is very important that when we are gonna pour this over our baklava when it's done baking, that this is cold, okay? Cold as your ex's heart. That's the best way I could say it. Maybe you had a good, healthy relationship come to an end with an ex. Anyways, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge so it can cool down. That smells divine. I kind of sort of need to taste it. Look at that chocolate sauce. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nom, 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 nom. While we're waiting for our butter to finish clarifying, we're gonna get our phyllo ready. You're gonna need 1 box of the Athens phyllo dough, or whatever brand. You just need to make sure it's got at least 30 sheets in it. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm making baklava, which I'm gonna be honest, I do not make baklava that much because it's a pain in the rear, okay? But this one I need to do. So I like to open it up just like that. I'm gonna lay both on top of each other. When you get to the second one that you're opening, I'm gonna hold it like this and then flip it that way, okay? That way both pieces are still covered. Gentle, gentle. I knew it was gonna rip. I knew it. And then on top of this one, I like to get a couple wet washcloths and lay them right over the top. That way it kind of weighs it down and holds the paper directly over the phyllo so the phyllo doesn't dry out, okay? We're all prepped with that. Now we're just waiting on the damn butter. We're doing this and I realized you should see this part. So here's the butter that I melted, okay? Melted on low heat for about 20 to 30 minutes. All your milk solids are gonna be at the top and at the bottom, okay? So all this stuff on top, all I'm gonna do, got a little spoon here, I'm gonna go and skim all of that foamy stuff off the top. Those are your milk solids. If you didn't know, milk solids are what will cause butter to go rancid. So once you remove these milk solids, it will hold its shelf life at room temperature. You don't even have to refrigerate it. Okay, I got most of it. And I kind of need to hurry because I got shit to do. I've got a little sifter here. I'm gonna run the rest through a sifter to catch those milk solids. There's a few teeny tiny milk solids in there, but it's not gonna matter, okay? Because we gotta get the rest of this moving. But that's how to do clarified butter. I just lost patience, okay? Very last thing we're gonna do to this butter, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of that black cocoa to our butter as well. Here's what goes. Now, It's time to start building our baklava. And this is probably gonna be one of the easiest baklava recipes you've seen. I've got a 9x13 pan. I'm gonna brush some of that black butter. That's what we're calling it because it's black cocoa and butter. We're gonna brush that on the bottom and the sides, just like this. Then we're gonna take a third of our pastry sheets of our phyllo doughs. We're gonna take 10 of those phyllo doughs and we're gonna put them right there in the bottom, okay? Then we're gonna drop in a third of our filling. Spread that out. Repeat this process 2 more times. Another 10 sheets, more filling. Boom. And then the last of the filling, you should have a few sheets left over to top this off. Try to save the pretty ones, but if you can't, I understand. Now, the top sheets we pretty much want to fit directly on the pan, so I am gonna need to trim the top sheet down a little bit. That's fine. You usually do anyways for baklava. So I'm gonna cut this off all the way down because we want it to fit smooth, okay? Hard part is done. Told you, it's gonna be the easiest freaking baklava recipe ever. Now we're gonna cut our baklava. And don't start with me in the comments that this is not how you make baklava. This is how I make mine, okay? Because I know everybody, stop interrupting me, Larry. I know everybody, his name's Larry, if you didn't know. I know everybody's like, this is not how you make baklava. It's how I make my baklava. What was that? Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, this is how I make my baklava. Now we're gonna cut it, and you're gonna knife. And on one side of the dough, you're gonna use your phalanges to hold that dough in place while you cut. And it's very important that you cut all the way down to the bottom, okay? Because we need that cut in there to make sure that our butter gets in there. Very important. But this is like the tricky part, okay? Once you get past this, you're Gucci goo. And pro tip, the bigger you cut the pieces, the less cutting you have to do. Just saying. It's okay if pieces like come up on the edge. It's no need to panic. All the jiddos and zittos that are watching this right now, they are losing their mind. Like, that's not how we make baklava. I can hear it. Cutting it the other way is gonna be even harder, just so you know. It's probably exactly why no one in my family has ever been like, hey, Desiree, do you wanna make the baklava? No, but I will. Gets a little tricky. I ain't got no lie to kick it. Keeping this even and straight ain't working in my favor, but mainly because I lack this little thing called patience. That's why I'm not a baker. That's exactly, like, I can tell you, I know exactly why. It's not in me. I think it's genetic, though, legitimately, because, like, no one in my family is like, I love baking, that I know of. I mean, maybe there's someone is, but in my family, we're cooks. We're not bakers, okay? She is rough. She is coming in from a long night out. That's what she's looking like. Don't judge me. Okay, nobody asked. Now we're gonna take our butter and we're gonna pour it over the top. We wanna make sure that butter gets all over because it's gonna cook down into our baklava. So feel free to, like, if the little pieces of phyllo slide around, don't panic, okay? It's baklava. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not the fucking Kardashians. We're humans. That did not sound right. You know what I mean. Okay, see how it's all sliding down in between? That's what you're looking for. All right, now this is going in the oven for about an hour. As soon as it comes out of the oven, we're gonna hit it with that cold sauce that's in our fridge. Baklava was in for about an hour. I'm gonna take my cold syrup and pour it over the hot baklava. Make sure you get the edges good too. I'm getting a bite of this baklava, just so you know, or I'm not waiting, because I made it and I burnt my hand and there's a lot happening right now. And so I deserve a piece of this baklava, okay? I'm just gonna get a teeny tiny piece. Like right here. Oh yeah. It won't even come out. Okay. The first piece is always the worst looking. You kind of sort of have to destroy it before you can get the pretty pieces, okay? I'm going in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh my God. One moment. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know why I threw that fork away. I'm getting a clean one. I missed a piece of my piece. Don't say nothing. This is 100 out of 10. And if you make yours with like regular cocoa, it's not going to be as dark because I use the black cocoa. But yeah, my Lebanese family, they're going to love this one. Or they're going to hate it. One of the two. But I don't see how you could hate that. Definitely go make this. Yup.